2026 is halfway done already, and so far we've actually gotten a pretty decent amount of content. We got the voice reveals for Puppet King and Darkstar, a new teaser video for Dark Deception that reveals the new intro cutscene for the game, single player mode for Monsters and Mortals, a couple new levels in Hunted, new U2's merch, a couple of Q&As, and most importantly, we finally got Super Dark Deception Chapter 2, which gave us a lot of lore and even hints at what's going to be in the remake update for Dark Deception. So far it's pretty good this year, but we're here to go through what's coming in the rest of 2026, so let's go through that. Most of this information comes from a recent tweet by Vince, a progress report for Dark Deception in 2026. Everything with a tick has already been released and everything else is yet to come. The first thing I think will come is the Monsters and Mortals game modes. It is marked as done in this progress report, but it's not out yet, and Vince said that it's coming in July since it's ready and will be submitted soon. Two other things are also said to come in July. One of these is the Hunted Pillar Chase 2 collab. The last thing confirmed for July is the second Malak Archives book. This has been up for pre-order since February this year, and apparently the reason why it hasn't come out yet is because of a manufacturing delay. But if it is coming out this month, then that delay is probably resolved by now. Next up, the long-awaited Piggy and Doors DLC. This has been in development for years now, but it's only been this year that we started getting teasers for it, so I think it does have a chance of coming this year. Though I think that 2027 is also very likely, if not more likely than 2026. The last thing on this list is pretty mysterious. There is this Dark Deception Chapter 1 remake. The reason why I say this is mysterious is because the remake update is going to be released in two parts, with the first 3 chapters coming out in the first part and Chapter 4 and Holiday Horror being released in the second part. But at the same time, an early version of the Chapter 1 remake is already out as a demo on consoles. So this Chapter 1 remake either means that they're updating the Chapter 1 demo on consoles, or they're releasing the first part of the remake on consoles. Remember, part 1 is dropping on consoles first, then both parts are coming to Steam when the second part is ready. This being on the list does imply that it might come in the second half of 2026, but honestly, it feels like 2027 is way more likely. Though Vince did mention putting out another list for the second half of 2026, which might come later this year, talking about how there's still Dark Deception, the main event, but whether this does mean that we're getting Enhanced Plus this year or not is something that we will have to wait to see. Then there's a couple more things that might come out this year but aren't on the list. One of them is mentioned in the original tweet though, that being some unannounced items, so that's something interesting to look out for. Then something that's not mentioned at all is the Minecraft collab. That's been waiting for approval to be released for a long time now, so there's still half a year left for it to get approved in 2026, or it might just slip into 2027. We don't know when it is yet, and we will probably never know until it's about to come out, since it's out of Glowstick Entertainment's control. Then we might have at least one Q&A in the second half of 2026 that we can expect, and maybe even more since we had 3 in the first half. This isn't confirmed, but based on how far apart they usually are, we can probably expect 1 or 2 more this year. And that's all that's got a good chance of coming in 2026. But what about after 2026, when we get the best stuff? Dark Deception Chapter 5 and Super Dark Deception Chapter 3 are absolutely not coming out in 2026, and I think are pretty unlikely to come out in 2027. If we are to assume that this Chapter 1 remake thing is the first 4 levels of Enhanced Plus, and it does actually come out later this year, that means there's a good chance that Part 2 will come out at some point in 2027. But I think that we're getting Enhanced Plus in 2027 and Chapter 5 in 2028. But on the bright side, Holiday Horror is coming in Part 2 of Enhanced Plus, so we technically get a small part of Chapter 5 when we get Enhanced Plus. And the last thing to bring up that I think will come out after 2026 and most likely in 2027 is the new Fortnite content. We did get confirmation that there will be new content coming to Fortnite, but with the lack of updates, this does look like it's going to be in 2027. And with that, that's all there is that's coming in the near future, for now at least. Just remember that not everything here is confirmed, but it's just a guess, because nothing here has a set release date. So all of those release dates is something to look out for in the coming months. But in the meantime, if you want to see more Dark Deception videos, then you should definitely subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, like this video and stay tuned for more.